Welcome to Age of Noob everyone, and we already have more Age of Empires 4 news. This time, we'll be taking a look at the new roadmap and what's in store in the upcoming months for this game. Without further ado, let's dive right in. To start off, the developers briefly mentioned that they've changed the way they call seasons due to them being not uniform everywhere around the world. Hence, the previously known spring season will be season 1 and so on. Seasons being 3 months hasn't changed, and the rank ladder will be roughly beginning a week after each season. Seasons will apparently have themes attached to them, and of course, each season will have its own patch to fix issues and balance the game further. Nothing we don't know already. Okay, let's get into Season 1. Even though they didn't provide a hard date on when it will be live, we should expect it to come out early April 2022. That said, we will finally be getting some creator tools and some mod support. I'm super excited to kick things off with some of the members in our community to bring a lot of quality of life features to the game. Hopefully, the mod support will be robust enough for us to change the UI and the icons as we've discussed months ago, and many more improvements that we can tackle on together as a community. There are no other details on what content editor means, but I assume that at the very least we'll be getting a scenario editor to make custom maps and perhaps some more camera controls to make some awesome cinematic content. Fingers crossed. Of course, the first ranked ladder will begin with Season 1 as well. They did mention that they've made some small tweaks to the system, including refining the map pool list and making the tier numbers and images align more intuitively. As I've covered in my new upcoming features video, we'll be getting a lot of hotkey improvements in the spring. While the grid system will still persist in Season 1, at the very least we'll be able to go to certain buildings in the game and bind our mouse keys as well as the Alt and Shift keys. Of course, we'll also be getting Patrol, Global Queue, Random Civ, and seeing the map at the end of the game. I've already covered these extensively in my previous video, and I'll link it on the top right for you to check it out if you haven't already. And finally, we will be getting Mega Random as well as new Art of War missions. If you've tuned in to some of my streams in the past 2 years, you'll know that I'm a die-hard Mega Random fan, and it will definitely breathe some life into the game for sure. The upcoming balance changes to the Abbasids, the Chinese, and the Holy Roman Empire were discussed already in my video yesterday, so if you want to know more about those, I'll link that video as well to the top right corner. Alright, let's now talk about Season 2. In theory, Season 2 should be live on July of 2022 if all things go well. Of course, we'll get a ranked ladder refresh as discussed before, but we allegedly will also be getting fully remappable controls. This probably means that we'll get the option to ditch the grid system altogether and actually be able to bind whatever we want, however we want. Once again, I've already mentioned that this should have already been in the game at release last year, but I'm happy that they at least won't take another year to circle back on it. The hotkey nightmare should end soon this summer. One other very important change that I would have preferred in Season 1 to be honest is a map veto system. Map dodging, and especially for water maps, is a big problem in the game, specifically when you climb higher up the ladder. They mentioned that they're going to take things slow as they look at the data, so we'll probably be dodging games for a little while longer until the summer comes around. Perhaps one of the silliest omissions in the game will also arrive in July, being able to pick your freaking color in the game. The devs were silent on this for a long while, so at the very least seeing it at the roadmap gives me comfort that all of these little things in the game should be patched by the end of the year. But yes, for those of you who have been posting about colors on Reddit and on the forums, you can finally have your sigh of relief. That's pretty much it regarding improvements in Age of Empires 4 until around July of this year. After July, the devs did mention a few things that they will be looking into. First of all, the casting UI in Age of Empires 4 is absolutely abysmal and very lackluster compared to what we have already in Age of Empires 2. Hence, we should expect the developers to work on this in the latter half of the year, though I have a feeling that we might be able to mod a few things already before the devs even get to work on it. Apart from that, taunts, cheats, and waypoint indicators will also be on the radar in the latter half of the year. I don't want to sound like a broken record regarding these features as you already know my opinion. Good to know that these are on the radar, as I want to spam 14 in the lobby already with my friends. Well, that pretty much covers everything you need to know about the new roadmap the developers shared with us today. I will echo what I've been saying for months. The game is slowly but steadily improving and should be in a good spot by the end of the 2022 year. Hopefully by then the game's core issues will be fixed for the developers to begin looking into DLCs and adding more content to the game. That said, if you want to stay on top of all things Age of Empires, please be sure to like and subscribe to not miss out on any future videos. As always, thanks for watching everyone. Don't forget to provide your feedback on the modding tools when it comes out, and see you all in the next one.